Hello there. I look like my name's Kyle. Hey, what's up? I'm Kyle. I love hitting the slopes, drinking IPAs, and disrespecting women online and in person. Kind of either like that or Coach Jackie. My apologies. What are you doing over there? Ash, you good? Ash, come here. Come on, Bubba. Come here. Come on up. Oh, good job. We have a new addition to the peanut gallery today. Her name is Ash. She's very upset that mommy and daddy left her here. However, fun time with Uncle has begun. Hello. Oh, Ash. Hello, my beautiful darling. Wow, so graceful. She's adorable. I've known her for like 2 hours and I love her dearly. Oh yeah, happy 2026, y'all. Yay, new year. How's it going for you? I'm doing great. Oh yeah, I got my knee done. That was great. It's real fixed now. It only hurts like 80% of the time. It's doing good. I can bend it. Look at this.
I'ma bend it.
No, please, no.
Just a little note to all the people out there. If you've ever seen one of these braces and you thought, man, that kind of looks cool. I wish that I could kind of wear one of those, but like in a non-injury way. Don't. However, we're on the up and up. We're moving on up in the world. Literally and figuratively. I can do stairs now. Oh, I'm getting sweaty. What was I saying? Oh yeah, hubris. As you may or may not know, the Olympics are coming up soon, or may have already started. I don't know. It's mid-January. But the Olympics are such a wonderful show of global unity where we all come together and just enjoy patriotism like no other. I gotta say, they used to be a lot more fun when there wasn't the rise of, like extreme political radicalization in your country. So less enjoyable now. However, I do love some snowboarding. But like all egotistical maniacs out there, every single time I sit down to watch these events, these beautiful athletes in the peak of their abilities, competing against one another, the best that humanity has to offer to the sporting world, I genuinely always look at it and think, I could do that. So here's every Olympic sport that I think I would be great at. And these aren't even jokes. I genuinely, psychotically believe that I would be good at these. Have I ever tried them? No. Will I win Olympic gold? You bet your ass I will. If there's one thing that I know about myself, it's I'm competitive as hell and I'm fucking delusional. Let's go. First up, speed walking. Now, why do I think I would be good at Olympic speed walking, aka race walking? First up, I got long legs. As I showed before, almost kind of functional. My hip cracked when I did that. Also, if you couldn't tell already, am in fact gay. What does that mean? It means that I'm a fast walker. It means that I was blessed with the innate fear of everyone trying to chase me down constantly. So I've learned how to power walk my way through any situation that could possibly come to me. And I will use those skills here on the Olympic stage. Also, as we can see in the picture here, it's a crowded field. I not only am great at walking fast, I'm also great at fucking barging through heavy groups of people while race walking. The farmer's market is my fucking training ground. Every single time I go there, I'm fucking plowing my way through strollers with babies, strollers with elderly people, white women. You want to see some tall women, you go to the farmer's market. I don't know what it is, but every single time I'm at the farmer's market, I'm below average height. However, like the realist I am, I do admit that there may be some cons to performing in some of these sports. One of which is that competitive race walking has far too many rules. I genuinely have looked into this a little bit. There's just a lot. It's you gotta have one foot on the ground at all time. It's a lot about the sway in the hips, the sway in the hips. There's actually a lot to it. And quite frankly, I don't want to learn all of the rules to it. And also, just on a personal note, I yearn to run. I'm like a fucking dog. If you give me an open field, I'm going to be sprinting in every conceivable direction for no apparent reason. Again, I'm competitive. If this is a race, I'm going to win. And how I'm going to win is I'm going to run. I'm going to be competing in a different sport. Also, if any of this is out of focus, I can't tell. I can't see anything. Oh my God. Ugh. Oh, my head hurts. Can't tell if it's the sunglasses or the hat. I've never worn a hat in my life. This is not comfortable. Next up, speed skating. And I specifically mean speed ice skating, like the competition that Apollo Ono is in, not like the rollerblading variety. There is a rollerblading variety. I want the ice. I yearn for the ice. Now, despite having never speed skated before, I am deeply familiar with the sport. Like, far too much in tune with the competitive nature of this sport than any general civilian should be. I've watched so much that, like, I got the rhythm down. Like, you want to know how they go about those ranks? First off, you want to know how I'm so deeply familiar with this? It's because as a child, I developed a, how do I put this? Extreme hyperfixation with Apollo Ono. Who is Apollo Ono? This is Apollo Ono. You mean the 8-time Olympic medalist, Apollo Anton Ono from Seattle, Washington? Yes, that Apollo Ono. Back in the day, when I was maybe like 11, I became deeply, deeply obsessed with this man. Why? I don't know. I thought he was cool. He has a soul patch. Does he still have a soul patch? I don't know. Did I think that was cool at the time? Probably not. When I say I had a deep hyperfixation, it makes the me of today look well-adjusted. This is the well-adjusted version. Oh my God. Okay, so picture me, 11 years old. I was so fucking obsessed with Apollo Ono. I did bamboozle all of my friends into also becoming obsessed with Apollo Ono, and we had a little fucking gang of middle school girls who were obsessed with this man for like 3 months. We fucking made shirts. I went to Michael's. I made my mom buy me little iron-on patches and puff paint so that we could decorate some shirts cheering on Apollo Ono for no reason. And then we found out that Apollo Ono, because he released his memoir, was coming to the area to a bookstore to do a book signing, and we fucking stormed that bookstore. I met Apollo Ono. I had him sign the book. Have I ever read the book? No, but it's somewhere in my house. I got him to sign my Sony Ericsson flip phone, and I had him sign the shirt as well. Somewhere in the deep recesses of my hard drive is a picture of me with Apollo Ono wearing a shirt decorated by me of pictures of him signing the shirt in a bookstore somewhere. Do I want to find that to put it here? Maybe. Do I have that shirt? I think I have that shirt. I think I fucking have that shirt. We'll get to that later. Adolescent girls. Fucking wild. Where was I getting with this? Oh yeah, speed skating. I could fucking kill it at speed skating. However, there are some reasons why I could not, quote, fucking kill it at speed skating. First up being, I am actively bad at ice skating. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say there. I'm a land mammal, for sure. The ice is not my strong suit. I would not be good at speed skating. No, I would be good at speed skating. I would be good at speed skating. Given the time to learn how to skate properly, I think I would be good at speed skating. Next up, steeplechase. What the fuck is steeplechase? Thank you so much for asking. Steeplechase is a track event where they have you like run around the track and they give you like these big old hurdles. You know how hurdles, there's a lot of little hurdles? This one just has a few big hurdles and you have to jump over them, but you can jump on top of them. And also, for some reason, there's one puddle. They have you jump in a puddle. Now, why would I be good at steeplechase? Thank you so much for asking. It's silly as hell. As I mentioned, you jump in a puddle. That's so silly. That's so fun. I love things that are silly and fun. Hence why we're here today. Another reason why I'd be great at steeplechase is I love jumping over things. If there is the opportunity for me to jump over the back of the couch, I will be vaulting myself off of that couch every single time without fail. I was made for parkour, but I do not have the coordination to do parkour. So what must I do instead? Silly little steeplechase. Reasons why I may not be the best suited for steeplechase. 1, I do not like my shoes getting wet. If my shoes get wet, I get upset. All the dogs are gonna get all soggy. I don't like that. However, if there was the ability to push people down in the water, I'd like that. Just turning this into Physical 100. I've been watching a lot of Physical 100 lately. That show's insane. Now, the only other con that I can think of for steeplechase is that I can and will trip on any hurdle that you put in front of me. This is one big hurdle, which means one big boo-boo. I actually did, in fact, used to run hurdles in middle school track, and I was quite good at them. However, I did eat shit and trip and fall on my face. If you can see this scar right here, there's a big old circle. It's because I fucking ate shit on a hurdle. However, I got back up. I ran that race. I almost pissed my pants later in the day because there was no toilet paper in the bathroom. Hell yeah. Why did I not just pee? kids, am I right? Next up, ice hockey. Now, like every good homosexual out there, I have in fact watched Heated Rivalry and I love it. However, I do in fact have a long-standing love of ice hockey. I think in the first video I made last year, I did in fact talk about ice hockey. I think the reason why I've always liked hockey is because out of all like the major league sports that are out there, ice hockey is the closest to soccer. So that just seemed like soccer on ice. I think I would be great at ice hockey because I have been told on many occasions that I am far too aggressive. If there was the ability to push people down in the water, I'd like that. But look, we're both going for the ball. It happens. You want to play sports, you're gonna get fucking hit. I got hit by myself. No one even did this to me. I did this. Now, something you might not know about me is I actually do have a pre-existing experience with field hockey. When I was 14, my mom forced me to sign up for a field hockey camp because she thought it would be a good way to make friends. I went to exactly one day and then she said, "You're not allowed to go anymore." So I have exactly 2 hours of field hockey experience. I also watched quite a few of the games and I saw a girl break her jaw. It's insane. They should be wearing more padding. Why are they just giving like little skirts? Give them football pads. Oh my God. Back to actual ice hockey. I have in fact watched every single PWHL game this season. The first 2 seasons, I remembered it going on and then I just kept on forgetting to watch. And so this year I made a vow midsummer that I was gonna watch the fucking PWHL and I set alarms on my phone and I watched every single game this year. Now, complete honesty, I have missed 3 games. It was from one specific Saturday because I was busy reading Clance fan fiction all day. Sue me. Oh my God, they're so talented. They're all so good. I'm so excited for the Olympics. I just want to see these ladies crush each other. I've seen some hard hits. They do not hold back. Oh my God. Dude, watching that, I would fucking love to body slam someone. However, there are some cons. First off, I would definitely pass out from heat exhaustion. Not in like a, ooh, spicy heated rivalry sort of way. Like in, they're actually wearing like, you know, full like long johns and like multiple pairs of socks. They got fucking Under Armour on, then they got these jerseys on top of it. I would die. I would simply pass away disrespectfully. I'm like the sweatiest person I've ever met in my life. At the boxing gym that I go to, there is one adult man who might be on par with my levels of sweatiness. He is so great. I think he's wonderful. Besides that, everyone else is like nothing. They got nothing on me. They can't grab me because I'll just slip out of their hands. I know that the rinks are cooled because of all the ice. That won't stop me. Unless it's above 38 degrees, I will be outside running in fucking shorts. I get far too sweaty and I overheat so easily. I'm getting sweaty right now. Besides that, I did look up in my area, there is a class that teaches untrained adults how to do hockey. I asked my physical therapist earlier today if I could go ice skating and they fucking laughed me out of the room. They're like, "No, you can't go fucking ice skating." With your knee. So I'm feeling like hockey's a no this year, most unfortunately. Check back next year. I might be able to learn how to play hockey. My goal is to be able to do a squat and also learn ice hockey. And also backflip. I haven't forgotten about the backflip. Don't you worry. I never forget about the backflip. Next up, rugby. Rugby is one of those things like ice hockey where I've wanted to try it for years because I genuinely think I would be so good at this. Would I actually be good at it? No. But in my mind, am I good at it? Absolutely. Rugby, notoriously violent sport. I am, again, far too aggressive. Also, on a more technical note, rugby is all about tackling your opponents. From years of soccer, I do know that I, in fact, have a very quick tackle to return to standing rebound. If I ever get hit, I like go down and just like fucking somersault back into standing up. I keep going. In my fucking dog brain, it is all ball all the time and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna get that ball. Now, also kind of goes hand in hand with being far too aggressive is I love tackling people. This whole sport is tackling people. I was built for that. However, most unfortunately for me, rugby players are in fact known for their rather beefy physiques, if you will. I, in fact, have the physique of a praying mantis. I look like an alien. Not great because I fear for my bones being snapped. However, I think most people would underestimate me and they'd be like, you're a little bug man. I could snap you. I think that my scrawny little legs would in fact lure people into a false sense of security, and then I could just fucking outmaneuver them and tackle them to the ground. I love tackling people. I think I'd be good at rugby. I genuinely think I would be good at rugby. I would be crushed. I would be fucking killed, but I would have a great time. Also, as I mentioned, I love tackling people. However, a con for me is that I hate touching people and I hate people touching me. Rugby is all touching people, and unlike hockey where you have like layers and layers of padding and clothing to protect you, it's all skin on skin. I don't like that. I should look into rugby leagues. Maybe that's bad for my knee. I think my physical therapist would be more outraged about me suggesting joining a rugby league than he was about me ice skating. They're going on strike. They'll never know. Next up, the Decathalon. Once again, one of those still weird track events that only shows up in the Olympics. I think I'd be fucking good at it. It consists of 10 events, those being
distance running, long jump, hurdles, sprinting, shot put, high jump, war sprinting, javelin, discus, and pole vaulting.
I could fucking do those. I have done at least 2 of those. Now, one of the reasons why I know that I would crush it at this sport is that I have a long-standing talent of being very okay at a lot of things. I am good at nothing, but I'm okay at everything. This is an event where basically you do all of these and then they're scored with some arbitrary point system, and then you add them all up, and then whoever has the most points wins. It's not about who's the fastest. It's not about who's the strongest. It's not about who can vault themselves into the air the weirdest way. It's about who is the least bad at all of them combined. That sounds like a sport for me. Now, much like all of the athletes who compete in these events, is I too lack the ability to make commitments about anything in my life. You can't just be a runner. You can't just be a jumper. You gotta do all of them. You're saving yourself for marriage. That's not what I was trying to go for. Be a slut. Do all of them. The cons for me is I really think the jumping events. First of all, the high jump is not my friend. I have tried the high jump before and it just was not good. I don't understand how you can like do a run up and turn and then fucking like vault yourself backwards like a fucking fish over that bar. I do not like being upside down. Pole vaulting, the other one where you launch yourself in the air. Anyone who does pole vault is the fucking deranged. Like what made someone find a very long stick and think, hey, I could throw myself in the air with that? How does your neck not break? How do you learn pole vault too? Like, how does one go about that? I gave up track and field before they ever introduced that. When I did it, they were like, you're a little baby. You couldn't do hurdles. And I fucked it up on the hurdles. They did not let me near the pole vault. Next up, luge. I am very good at being very stressed out while acting like nothing bad is happening. These people fucking vault themselves down an ice tube on like an unprotected sled wearing only a helmet and trying to go as fast as possible. The stress levels are insane. I love being stressed out, as you can tell from everything about me. And these people were built for stress. Also, with my current athletic ability, this is well within my ideal range of motion. You start sitting down, you fucking paddle your little hands out, and then you lay back down and you don't move. Now, however, the bad thing about luge is that since you're hurtling in a little ice death tunnel, you cannot, in fact, close your eyes. You've ever been on a roller coaster and you thought, this is a little bit scary, maybe I'll close my eyes. No, not only are you on a scary fucking death machine roller coaster, you're also piloting the scary death machine roller coaster. Do not close your eyes! Also, this is just on a personal note, I feel like I would hate doubles. They have doubles luge. That's worse than rugby or anything else that I've mentioned. They're in skin-tight bodysuits laying on top of each other, not moving. I do not want to do that. Next up, wrestling. I would be great at wrestling. I'm a great wrestler. No one can tell me otherwise. As I mentioned earlier, I'm so goddamn sweaty, and that makes me a very slippery opponent. You try to grab me, you try to wrangle me down, you can't, because my natural lubrication of my entire skin makes me uncatchable. You think you're gonna grab me? No, I just slip right out of there. Also, as I mentioned earlier, I love tackling people. Wrestling is a sport that's all about tackling. Rugby is about tackling for the sake of the ball. Wrestling is tackling for the sake of tackling. It's literally just trying to pin someone else on the ground. Now, the cons, once again, have I mentioned this before? I hate touching people. Also, even less clothing than with luge. Not boding well for me. Kind of similar with the speed walking thing is that there would be far too many rules. I've never wrestled competitively, but I do know that like licking and biting are not allowed. Those are my main tactics, is shock and awe. Lick them when they least expect it, and then you pin them down, and then you lick them some more. As I mentioned earlier, I have been watching just a large amount of Physical 100. Great show, by the way. There are a lot of people on there who are like professional wrestlers, professional MMA fighters competing. They're far too good. These people know what they're doing.
와, 힘이 좋으니까.
힘이 엄청 세네.
And for that reason alone, I've decided to withdraw myself from all future wrestling competitions. Thank you and goodbye. Next up, ski jumping. You go on skis and then you jump. Yay. There's like no mechanical skill to this involved. You go, hop, you go, start, you go, squat, and then you go, jump, and then you sail, and then you land. That's all there is to it. I would be great at that, except for anything involving knees. Also, as I mentioned before, I love silly things. This is objectively the silliest sport. You're like a little flying squirrel. It is like skydiving, but there's no parachute. Why don't you have a parachute? Much like the hills that you jump off for ski jumping, it does in fact have a very steep learning curve. You know, the people who aren't bad at this sport don't live to tell the tales because they're fucking dead. They die, they snap their necks, they break every single bone in their body, and then they're dead. And then everyone else is like, it's so easy, it's so fun, it's so good, you should give it a try. Also, on a technical note, like how does one learn this? How do you get involved in ski jumping? Does someone just like push you off a cliff and then they see if you're alive at the end of it? Now, last and certainly not least, handball. I think I would fucking kill it at handball. I have played handball at soccer camps and in like PE, and I was great at it. It's like soccer, but you only use your hands. You know how in soccer, there's just that itty bitty teeny tiny one rule that says you can't use your hands? That's like this if there wasn't a rule and you can't use your feet. So like the opposite of soccer, but also exactly the same. Now, some requirements for being good at handball supposedly is that you are tall and athletic. I am both tall and athletic. Also, thankfully for me, in this one scenario, I got big ol' hands. These are quite small balls. However, I can palm a full-size basketball. This is no problem for me. I would be great at it. I would be so good. It's like futsal, which is also soccer, but on a basketball court, but now with your hands. So once again, soccer. Everything is soccer. Ice hockey, soccer and ice. Handball, soccer, but with hand. Rugby. I'll get back to you on that one. Now, I hear you asking yourself, how do I know that the requirements for being good at handball are that you are tall and athletic and also you have big hands? Thank you so much for asking. There were, in fact, open tryouts to join the U.S. Olympic women's handball team earlier this month, and I fucking missed them. My friend texted me about this the day after the tryouts were and was like, I could see you doing this. And I was like, I was literally thinking about this. Did not know it fucking existed. I blew not only my ACL, but my one fucking chance to be in the Olympics. I could be on this team too. Very genuinely, I delusionally am certain beyond any reasonable doubt that I would be able to make it on this team. Could I? I don't know, but they have open tryouts. I could go. I'm good at things, but my stupid fucking knee won't let me. Very genuinely, if anyone from the U.S. Olympic Committee would like to hold open tryouts later in the summer, I would love that. I will be there. You let me know the date and the time and how much money I owe you, and I will be there. Please, let me on your team. I would be so good at it. Now, just to even things out a little bit here, this whole thing has been a stroke to my ego, to my hubris. I genuinely do respect all Olympians, the ones who aren't shitty, and think that you are, in fact, very good at the things you do, and I'm very happy for you, given that you're a good person. Here are some sports that I would just be bad at. Why did I say I was getting railed? I made this at 1 a.m. yesterday. Now, Olympic sports I would be bad at. First up, curling. Everyone and their fucking mother loves to clown on curling. And they're like, it's so easy, it's not a sport, I could do it blindfolded. I could not do curling. Curling is like bowling, but with less friction. I'm not good at bowling. It does take a lot of skill. It's like bowling and also darts and also competitive sweeping. I don't think I'm particularly good at any of those things. I think I would, quite frankly, just fall on the ice and make a fool out of myself. Next up, gymnastics. Gymnasts make this shit look so goddamn easy. Gymnasts, I think, are some of like the most underrated athletes out there, especially like female gymnasts, because there's like so much like poise and grace that goes into doing all of these like gravity defying feats, and they have to look good while doing it. This shit looks easy. Like this, I think I could do that. I cannot do that. I can't do a single fucking pull-up. Have you ever held a plank before? Imagine doing that in the air while balancing and you're only supporting yourself by like your fucking, not even your triceps. What's the one in the front? Not bicep. There's something else there. The flips. They do all those little flips that make them look so easy. I can't even stand on a balance beam. What do you mean they're doing splits on them? Beach volleyball. I'm not super good at volleyball. However, beach volleyball is like my personal nightmare. As I mentioned before, I am so goddamn sweaty. I also hate sand. Look, George Lucas might have been wrong about some things, but he wasn't wrong about sand. It is coarse and it's irritating and it gets everywhere. You know what makes it worse? If you're fucking sweaty and you're rolling around in the sand. I don't want to do that. I hate getting sand on my feet and they're just raw dogging it. Little tootsies in the sand. I hate that. Next up, the biathlon. What is the biathlon, you might be asking? It is cross-country skiing, and then in the middle of cross-country skiing, you lay down and you shoot things, and then you get back up and then you keep skiing and you lay down and you shoot things again. Much like with my failed attempt at bisexuality, two things in theory seem like something I would be great at. However, in practicality, I have no interest in either of them. They seem cool. Good for you. I don't want to do it. Rest in peace. We had a good run. Other things I would be bad at. Anything involving water. I am firmly a land mammal. I do not do aerial events. I do not do ice events, and I certainly do not do water events. That is not my forte. Truly anything involving water. Like diving is not good. Swimming is not good. I want to be vertical in the water. Diving scares me. I think they're going to hit their heads on the little platform and then they're going to die. They're going to like skin their spines on it too. I don't like it. It makes me nervous. Next up, anything that involves looking good while doing it. Not sport for me. I might be able to play a lot of sports. I might be able to be pretty okay at a lot of sports. I am not good at looking graceful while doing these sports. I look like a train wreck, but I get the job done. However, any sports that involve like appearance-based judging, like synchronized swimming, women's gymnastics, why is it only women's gymnastics? Figure skating, anything like that, not for me. I don't look good. Full stop. It's insane to ask these people to like do the most batshit insane stuff underwater and then they're like, actually, you weren't smiling enough. Points deducted. I know nothing about synchro, if you can't tell, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Also, the fact that they make you wear makeup is a little bit insane. Once again, they force you to look good, and it only applies to the female athletes. Why is that? Now, last but not least, I genuinely know I would be bad at any sport that I've legitimately tried before. Once again, my hubris. I can see all of these sports that I've never tried and be like, I'm great at that. Any sport I've tried, I'm like, oh, I fucking suck at this. Soccer, not good at. Track and field, not good at. Badminton, not good at it. I played badminton. I played a lot of badminton. Boxing, no. Kickboxing, no. Canoeing's in the water too. Wouldn't be good at that either. Once you realize how much like skill and practice and fucking like raw mental endurance that all of these people have, you understand how fucking outclassed the rest of us are. They're in a different league. Good for them. I value your commitment to sport as a whole. Also, I think you're a little bit loony, respectfully. You're a little bit loony. Anyway, these two are married. Did you know that? I love that. I love them. They're great. Go watch women's sports. Anyway, are you also delusional? Let me know what sports you'd be good at. I would love to hear it. Also, give me your reasoning. I want background. I want your fucking social security number. Tell me why you would be good at these sports. Okay, bye. There he is. My man. Here we go. Oh, yeah. It's all come together. All right, you ready for this shit? First up, Zero Regrets, a biography of Apollo Ono by Apollo Ono. Fucking signed. Look at that shit. Next up, the back of my Sony Ericsson flip phone, signed by Apollo Ono. I had to put a piece of tape over it because I actually had this on my phone and it was wearing off. And last but not least, the moment you've all been waiting for. My fucking Apollo Ono shirt. I found it. It fits. This is a hyperfixation like no other, let me tell you. Look at this shirt. Look at the back. It's just pictures of him. It's signed. Where is it signed? It's signed. Look at this shit. Why would an 11-year-old make this? I don't know. Never in my life, as a grown adult man with a soul patch, would I think that children were obsessed with me for no apparent reason. No one can fucking fangirl like I fangirl. Get on my fucking level!